It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here. Welcome, everybody. We have the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great, in some minds, Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. And for Cleveland, they may have some challenges, but this is a game they have had circled on the calendar and want to deliver the top-notch performance they know they can. Oh, we get to check out Kawhi Leonard in this one. Hard to believe he was once known solely for his defense. He's made huge strides on the offensive end.
And those huge strides, Ernie, on the offensive end has made him an MVP candidate. I'll tell you, it's great efficiency, great defense, two-way player, as they say now, which when Shaq was in the league, everyone was a two-way player, but two-way player right now.
I don't believe you and Ernie both disrespected this guy. If you're going to say his name.
I never disrespected.
If you're going to say his name, say it right. Sugar Kate Leonard,
Oh.
three-point shot went from good to great. That's just one of his ways he's developed his offensive
What,
game.
when, and Kawhi.
So now saying a guy's name correctly, Kawhi Leonard, is disrespecting him?
You got
I
to give
don't
him the
think
whole
so.
name. Like Ernie the Man Johnson.
Oh, the man.
Kenny the Jet Smith.
I'll agree with that.
Shaquille the Real Deal, eats cereal with three-toe meal O'Neal.
You know what? I kind of like what Brent Bones Berry has had to say about
What's that?
Kawhi Leonard. That when he's on you, you're on the Kawaiian Island.
Boo.com
I like that too.
/.
I
Don't
like
you
that.
ever say that. That's
like
terrible. Stop it.
I like Sugar
That's
K.
terrible.
I like
That's terrible.
Kawhi.
He's one of our colleagues, and you're killing him.
Kawhi, would you even think that's something funny?
When did Kawhi would you think that happened?
Yeah.
No.
My. All right, whatever. Kevin Harlan.
Why are we
standing by.
here?
Kawhi, are we?
Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of the NBA here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Berry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. The fans are making noise at Quicken Loans Arena here in Cleveland for their Cavaliers. And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, the development of Kawhi Leonard and the addition of LaMarcus Aldridge have energized the vets on this team and extended the Spurs window. Tony Parker said, it definitely helps that Kawhi and LaMarcus are here and playing great. It makes me want to be here to help all the young guys. It's such a great family and such a great atmosphere that it makes you want to stay. Kevin?
Thanks, DA. The players who are part of that organization seem to want to stay in San Antonio. So Cleveland will get the first possession. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. The defensive duo of Green and Leonard make up the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Parker in at the one spot.
And that height he lacks at the center position is more than made up for with his jumping ability.
And there's the call on James. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Aldridge a screen. Green kicks to Gasol. And there's the call on James. That's foul number 2 for him.
And he needs to get himself under control here. That's 2 fouls in less than 60 seconds.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Jefferson's checked in. And Thompson kicks to Irving. And he makes that one.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
That they did, and he's the one guy on D you can't leave alone or he's going to get to the bucket over and over. Just torched them there.
Here's Parker following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Green in the post, covered by Smith. Parker against Irving. Gasol passes to Green. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
And the stability of the San Antonio roster had always been one of their strengths, but With the departure of some of their veteran stalwarts, this Spurs team has a new look.
It's been really interesting how they've restructured what it is the franchise's foundation is going to be as they move forward. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard and LaMarcus Aldridge becoming the pillars of what the next 5 or 6 years of San Antonio Spurs basketball will be.
Nobody near Leonard. A three-pointer off the mark.
And they've had some good looks, but can't seem to get it going here. 1 for 5. Tough way to start it.
Out to Thompson. And on the way from Irving for 3. Cleveland the rebound. And Love throws it down.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Those putback jams sting, don't they? My goodness.
And that is a statement. We're going to keep coming at you hard, even if we've got the lead.
Cavaliers have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Irving dishes to Thompson. Kicks it out to Love. Second chance shot. Leonard with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Parker is just so deceptive on the drive. He just knows how to force the issue down low.
Even though Parker is slowing down a bit because of his age, the Spurs are looking more and more to sort of hide him on defense, cross-match him with guys. There's no doubt, though, that experience and veteran savvy is still something they'll lean on the offensive end.
Now here is Smith. Thompson. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And as Parker loses a little of that blinding speed, we see a few less layups, a few more of his trademark floaters.
And even, Kevin, some extended range there from the three-point line. He's made that shot a bigger part of his arsenal. They seek him out in the corners, much like Jason Kidd did in Dallas in the later part of his career.
Now here's Parker. Now the dish to Green. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Green's got 5.
Boy, if you're going to just hand him this shot, you might as well put a bow on it. Green loves the catch and shoot.
And it goes down 2 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Spurs passing it around. Good-looking screen by Gasol. On the wing, Green. And the layup's good off the glass. 7 points in the game.
And such a good feel for the game. Kawhi knows exactly what this offense is trying to accomplish and acts as a willing facilitator.
Now here is Smith. No good, shot missing. Some solid defense from Gasol. Green passes to Parker. Thompson against Gasol. Back to Parker. Feeds it to Aldridge. Releases from 15. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
That's where Aldridge burns defenses repeatedly. His mid-range game is so advanced and so polished, evidenced by that shot there.
Thompson left side. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol.
He's certainly a threat to finish those opportunities with some style and flair, but the defense did a simply outstanding job preventing that from happening.
Here's Aldridge, and at last they get one to fall.
And their post play has been...
Come on, gentlemen. Let's go. Listen, guys, we've got one guy doing all the damage out there. He's losing us off the ball and creating all of their opportunities.
He favors playing the 4, but that versatility was huge in the Spurs signing him and keeping him around, something every team would value.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Channing Frye's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Dunleavy comes in for Richard Jefferson. Amon Shumpert's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Williams in for Irving. And stolen by Frye. And here we go, Shumpert running it up the court. Love outside. He feeds it to Frye. Ginobili against Shumpert. Just 5 to shoot. His three-pointers off the mark. And when you talk about Aldridge at the 4 or at the 5, Brent, which position do you think he's best in?
Well, Kevin, seeing the league going smaller and smaller, he's more skilled, I think, than most centers at that 5 spot. He's got great foot speed, lateral movement's good, and he can stay in front of the smaller players, and that enables him to stay big against small ball lineups.
And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here's Leonard. Another miss by Leonard.
Well, he could not have been any more wide open, guys. Wow, I bet he nails that shot next time he gets a clean look.
For 3, Love. He can't hit that time. And the Spurs going the other way now. Now here's Mills. He's guarded by Williams. Ginobili outside. Takes a 3. And Shumpert pulls it down. Cleveland's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. The Cavaliers shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And he makes the first. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. San Antonio's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. To the paint, here's Dedmon. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Dedmon's got his first points in this one. Shumpert against Ginobili. Here's Love. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
The lead changes hands once more. There has been no separation between these two teams.
Tonight they are here to compete. This is what the fans paid their money to see.
And Anderson gets it to go.
Well, this is something he's working on. A good natural leader from the point guard position wants to help out by becoming a better facilitator. Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
Williams. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Spurs out in front, leading by a point. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected throughout the ups and downs of the NBA season.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
He is absolutely as solid and steady as a rock at this point in his career. Nothing rattles him. Nothing throws him off his game.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
Right from the start, they have been able to really own that paint and just dominate the backboard.
Control the glass, and you control the pace, and you get those extra possessions, which are huge.
LeBron James is out there with Dunleavy. Then there's Irving. Then there's Iman Shumpert. And it's Fry in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second. Thompson, he's checked in for Dunleavy. Well, I hear the term glue guy a lot, Brent, in the NBA. You think it applied to guys being necessary to make a team a playoff team, to being a good teammate? When you think of glue guy, what does that conjure up in your mind?
Whenever I hear that term, Kevin, I always think about guys on the team who are able to connect the dots between.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
That's a beautiful jam.
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just cannot quantify.
Well, I'm going to quantify something right now, Greg. This is a close game, and that was something special. That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
James dishes to Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. San Antonio trailing here. Ginobili kicks to Mills. Now the pass to Dedmon. Poked loose. And now Irving pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And there's the lay-in. Irving's got 6 points.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Thompson comes with the double team. Here's Aldridge. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
And the Cavaliers with some changes. Jefferson comes in for Channing Frye. And Smith subbed in for Shumpert. The Spurs also changing it up. Pau Gasol's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Green comes in for Kyle Anderson. And Parker subbed in for Patty Mills. Back to Irving. Inside. Out to Smith. Passes to LeBron. In the corner, it's Jefferson. From outside the arc. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. Jefferson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. To the inside, here's Green. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Yeah, the assist by Parker, just brilliant. Really seeing his teammates out there.
Poked loose, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Aldridge. Tries again. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
The only way you're going to challenge him in that situation, you have to attack with more power.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And certainly LaMarcus Aldridge has the capability to be a go-to scorer, but Brent, he takes a lot of mid-range contested jump shots. Those aren't historically really Spurs types of shots.
Well, it's been interesting, Kevin, because LaMarcus Aldridge is so good at the mid-range that it's made Popovich rethink some of his offensive calibration, and they've searched him out in the spots where he's best. I think his comfort level continues to rise inside of this offense, and he'll get more and more efficient.
And how about he takes on the defender head on and then throws down the two-hander.
Guys, straight power there, straight power. Gasol. And Gasol able to finish. Gasol's got the game tied up here for San Antonio.
And really, Gasol just never stops attacking the boards, just utterly relentless at pounding the glass.
And they double him up with LeBron. In the corner, Smith with it. Ginobili with the steal. There's Parker with the 3. Offensive rebound, Spurs. 1:52 left here in the second. He kicks it to Aldridge. Back to Parker. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Irving for 3, and another 3 for Cleveland. 8 lead changes now, and we're still just in the first half.
And I'm not sure I've seen a game with more lead changes this early.
Parker kicks to Aldridge. Back to Parker. 1:11 left to play here in the half. Parker with another miss.
Well, he really T-Rexed that one, guys, short-arming it. He should have taken more time to make sure he was comfortable shooting it.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Spurs trail by 3. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Start it.
And after that contract stalemate that just seemed to drag on forever, last offseason. The Cavs were finally able to re-sign Tristan Thompson to that extension, 5 years and a little over $80 million. It was a protracted negotiation, but I think in the end it works out well for both parties as the Cavs want to continue to chase those titles.
Williams passes to Fry. And there's the feed to Dunley. Three-pointer. The shot, no good. Great tee that time from Leonard. For the three. Love grabs the board. And on that topic about the Tristan Thompson deal, it was a max-type contract. You don't see a lot of those for players who average less than 10 points, Greg, a game.
Yeah, but scoring isn't the strength of his game. His main talent is rebounding, especially at the offensive end of the floor. That relentless energy and his mobility for a big make him valuable.
Green, the screen, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Well, good hand-eye coordination, but he could only get the deflection very close.
He just has lost the feel in terms of scoring here in the second quarter.
Again, Leonard missing.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. From downtown, that shot misses. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Cavaliers lead by 3. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tristan, what's the plan for the second half tonight?
Well, it's simple. It's going to be a dogfight. You know, they got big guys, true bigs, and we got to come out, play hard, and not let up.
Okay, we'll see if you can get that done. Thanks, Tristan. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
I would call that a competitive first half of action. Ernie Johnson here welcoming you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a one-point game at the end of one. They had a slight edge on the scoreboard in the second quarter, but only by the slimmest of margins. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
I was super impressed with their shot selection. I think that was part of the strategy coming in. They wanted to be patient with the basketball, move it around, and get high percentage looks. Obviously, that's going to be big.
Shaq, let's get your thoughts on San Antonio.
This second half is gut check time for the defense. Allowing over 60% shooting is weak sauce. Weak barbecue sauce, weak Butterfinger sauce, weak sauce, period. The coach needs a light fire under these guys. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it, Ernie.
And that about wraps it up, as the second half is just moments away. Now down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew, and we will see you after the game, won't we?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
Glad to have you back with us in Cleveland as we take a look down at the outside portion of Quicken Loans Arena. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. We're seeing a tremendous game from LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, the rebounding, particularly on the offensive side, as good as it gets. He was bringing the effort down low.
Yeah, those extra possessions, considering how hard it can be sometimes to find offense, become invaluable.
On the floor for San Antonio, Leonard and Aldridge, the two stars at the 3 and the 4. Parker and Green, the tried and tested backcourt. And it's Gasol and at the center, locking down the middle.
That's great recognition. Saw he had the height advantage and exploited it.
Parker outside, and the wide open shot from Green. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Greg Popovich of the Spurs, a 3-time Coach of the Year, could have been many more times. And you can count the rings. No question, when it's all said and done, he'll be in the Hall of Fame and in the pantheon of legendary coaches.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, LaMarcus Aldridge is going to be the next all-star big man in San Antonio, but he downplays any notion of him as a successor to Tim Duncan. He said no one is going to fill his shoes. There's no pressure, and I'm not trying to be him. Our games are different. I think a pretty good perspective, Kevin.
All he has to do is be himself, D.A. Thanks. Irving misses. And you think about Popovich retiring, he said he didn't think he'd finish out the entirety of his 5-year contract, which runs through 2019.
Yeah, we'll find out. I know Pop has always told the story that when Tim Duncan finishes his playing career, that Pop would finish his as well, because he doesn't want to suffer the consequences of not coaching Tim Duncan. But the Spurs have done a great job of restocking their team with LaMarcus Aldridge and the evolution of Kawhi Leonard. And maybe the old fellow will stick around a little bit more.
Cavaliers leading. Smith on the wing. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Gasol with the rebound.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession.
For Cleveland, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And the shot goes in.
Well, this is what he does. He is a threat to generate points every time down the floor.
Spurs trail by 3. Kicks it to Leonard. From 10 feet out, doesn't go for him. Good D by Thompson.
Yeah, it's one of those quarters where you're just incredibly frustrated that you did not impact it the way you wanted to. So nothing going right now.
That's tipped. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. Yep, that one goes in there. Now it's a 5-point Cavalier lead.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Pass to Aldridge. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Takes a big height bounce and goes in.
Well, part of this is on the defense. You let Aldridge get into any kind of rhythm scoring the basketball, and you deserve this kind of punishment.
Gasol with the steal. Got a piece of it. And James with a clear path to the hoop. And James throws it down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Channing Frye's checked in for Thompson. Dunleavy comes in for Kevin Love. Iman Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Williams in for Kyrie Irving. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gasol. Anderson comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. To the middle, here's Anderson. That falls, nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got 3 assists tonight. One of the topics that always seems to come up when players retire is what's next, Brent? You were a 14-year veteran in the league. How big of a change has it been from retirement to when you played the transition period in between and adapting to it?
Well, I thought about life after basketball for quite some time, and you know, Kevin, from knowing me, that broadcasting was something I was very interested in. So I had the opportunity to talk with a few people after I retired, and I felt like the timing was appropriate and seamless to be able to continue talking about players that I had played with, played against, coaches that I played with, coaches that I played against, and continue to pass along at least some of the knowledge and maybe some of the perspective that I've had throughout the course of 14 long, celebrated years in the game.
Fun years. Any thoughts to coaching?
Yeah, some thoughts to coaching. Eventually, when my boys get a little bit older, I'll coach somebody else's kids. Right now, I'll coach my own.
You'd be terrific. And so the ball's out of bounds. Shumpert touched it last. We've got 1:48 left to play in the third. Mills can't hit. The Cavaliers leading by 5. Here's Williams. Pass to James. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Cavaliers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And both free throws good for LeBron. 1:37 left in the third. And Mills kicks to Anderson. He dishes it to Ginobili. Lets it go with a three. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Ginobili. Leonard's got 8 points.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Fry dishes to LeBron. And they double up James. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. Spurs trail by 4. To the inside, here's Ginobili. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
And the dunk by James.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. Dives for it, and stolen by LeBron. The Cavaliers, another fast break opportunity here. And James throws it down.
How's that for a quick possession?
He did not hesitate one bit. Great explosion.
And Mills kicks to Anderson. To the paint, here's Leonard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 10 points for him.
High percentage look for Kawhi there. He's developed such good touch inside. That one's automatic.
Now, here's Fry. Defense is right there. And Shumpert slams it in.
Put that pass right on target. Way to get your teammates involved.
Spurs trail by 6. Williams comes with the double team. Knocked away. It's stolen by Dunleavy. Fry at the elbow. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
And both free throws good for Fry.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Out to the wing. The floater. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. The three from LeBron. No good on the buzzer beater. Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Cavaliers on top. They lead by 8. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Greg Popovich.
Cut, play. You just like something magical is going to happen. Okay? You got to make things happen. Let's score here and let's go get some stops.
And Greg Popovich putting the responsibility on his players to take more action. We'll see if they can get it done.
Yeah, he wants them to just take charge of this game. Don't be passive. Impose your will on the game.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, sharpshooters Irving and J.R. Smith are the backcourt duo. Love and Thompson, the hard rebounding post pair. And it's Jefferson in at small forward.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
The scoring mindset has been unbelievably aggressive on both sides. Defensively, though, neither team has made the effort.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
They're looking like a beaten team at this point, letting him get to the basket with such little resistance.
Anderson passes to Mills. Unloads from 13. The rebound by Kevin Love. Love's got 5 rebounds tonight. Irving dishes to Thompson. Kicks it out to Love. This one for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Timeout. Timeout.
Thompson's got his 4th assist in this one.
Way to work, gentlemen. Let's go now. Hustle up.
And we're seeing less post play now than we have in the past. But big men, Brent, who know when and where to cut to the rim, are still finding plenty of opportunities to score.
Well, I think about a guy like Ed Davis in Portland, who's a great slasher.
Good example.
Long arms, in the right spot at the right time, and cleaning up misses from perimeter players who are coming in and trying attempts around the basket. The idea, Kevin, is simply this. If you play with a guy with a back to the basket and he's not drawing double teams, what he's doing for you is getting in the way. And so coaches have moved off the post-up game in the league.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
The Spurs making a switch here. Leonard's checked in.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Smith. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Green kicks to Parker. Poked away, and that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here's Leonard. The Cavaliers pull it in. Thompson's got his 6th rebound on the night, and there's the call on Jefferson. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Irving against Parker. Gasol passes to Parker. Gasol against Thompson. The baseline J. Shot is good, and the Cavaliers' lead cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from LaMarcus Aldridge.
And even though he's been incredible from the field so far, his team still hasn't been able to get the edge in this one.
Irving can't hit. Spurs have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's Gasol. Offensive rebound. Count that bucket. 19 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
A super high percentage shot from Aldridge there. Layups work.
The Cavaliers leading by 10. Here's Jefferson, and Jefferson throws it down.
And that's what you need to do. When you're the bigger man, you have to punish the defender inside.
Spurs have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Parker with it. Guarded now by Irving. And Aldridge, the basket on the assist by Parker. Aldridge.
Now that's how we play the game. Bring it in. Let's go. I like what I see out there, fellas.
What's going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
There might also be an opportunity here that he can exploit a mismatch. We'll see.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. LeBron's checked in for Jefferson, and Shumpert in there for Smith.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Not one of their better efforts, as you can tell by the score. They've been low energy for most of the night.
Cleveland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Here's Shumpert. Look at that jam.
No way.
I mean, just beautiful.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? My goodness. That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. All alone and finished off by Shumpert.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Exactly. They get out quickly, executed to perfection.
And it's Kevin Love with the foul.
Side out.
That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
There's a minute 34 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Leonard with the bucket.
Well, in basketball, chemistry is everything. I'm not sure in chemistry if basketball is everything, but you saw it there on that inbounds play with the connection between those two guys.
Spurs trail by 14. Here's Green. And a miss there off the inbound. Puts it up from 12 with the tip.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Cavaliers.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for James.
He played some very persistent defense up and down the court tonight, keeping the pressure on throughout the entire game. And let's be honest, they could not handle it. It rattled them. It resulted in a lot of turnovers.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, as time became a factor, they became the aggressors. Big-time finish to pull away.
For the finish, and the dunk by James.
And you can sense the fact that they didn't want to let the fans down here. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
A phenomenal effort level. These guys came in committed to dictating the action.
Gasol, that's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Cleveland with the ball. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Yeah, I wonder if they went into the laboratory during halftime. Their poise, their execution, it's been fantastic.
Goes back up, and the rejection by LeBron. And he gets it back.
Well, pick a tool out of the toolbox. The sheer number of Aldridge's moved inside make him so hard not to foul.
And that one misses. And he ends up missing both free throws. Cleveland with the ball. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. James outside. Dishes it to Williams. Outside jumper. No good.
That is pure Manu there. Aggressive and relentless, in particular on the defensive end.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James. He was red hot in the second quarter. The defense ran several guys at him to try and stop the bleeding, but his aggressiveness was simply too much for them to handle.
He loves playing in front of his home crowd. He looked like he was having a blast out there, and he gave him a lot to cheer about. Whether he was scoring or doing something else, he was involved in so many big plays.
He just put on a clinic. That's the kind that makes you want to just take notes. Like grab your pad, make notes, because you're never going to see something like this again possibly. Combining an elite skill set with an attack-first mindset. Wow, incredible.
And that's it for tonight, but we've got a whole new NBA season ahead of us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again very soon.